Hi, this is JJ from Orange Wedding Films, and this video I'm going to talk a little bit about the audio setup that I've been doing for two weddings this season with a couple of new gear that I got, and also talk about the couple new lenses that I got ever since the last setup video that I made a couple months ago. I'm not going to go over entire setup just because I mentioned most of it before. I still use Sackler zoom system, glide track, and the K-Tech Nobird with the Zacuto Z finder, and so on and so forth. But I'm gonna talk about the new addition that I have added since the last setup. A lot of people ask about the new Rode VideoMic Pro that I won at the Canon Filmmaker Live in Chicago with Phil Bloom, and I'm actually recording this video with a 7D with the Rode VideoMic Pro, and this one with the older Rode VideoMic. So hope you can tell the difference, but I'm about 1.5 feet, a little less than 2 feet away from the cameras, both somewhat lined up very closely from me. I'm using the Tokina 1116 for my main camera, and the 28mm on the other camera with the older video mic. So if you can tell the difference, the price range is not too big considering the quality. I think they're somewhat similar, but the size wise, the new ones is definitely smaller with the shock anti-shock mount. So if you can tell the difference, you know, it might be good for me as well, because I never actually tested as either, so it might be good. And the one more addition that I added this year is this Tascom DR08. It's similar to H1, but actually it's a little thinner. When I read the specs and the size and whatnot, it's a little thinner. It's about same height, but it's thinner. About $30 difference. But I took that over the size, and it's actually orange too, so color too. But one thing I like about this, the Tascom DR08, and also the other one is the Zoom H4n that a lot of people use as well. The one thing I like about this Tascom is actually you can see a lot of things in this little, let's see if I can, you can actually see the bar going up and down when you record. It's small, so it's perfect for the wired lav mic for the groom or the pastor during the weddings. Even during the interviews too, when you're having a lot of problem with the interference with the wireless, you can just stick one of these. The price is very reasonable, and it also have a little microphone that comes out, and you can also flip too, like this. So it boots faster than H4n, so it will be ready faster than an H4n as well. But I still think the H4n is definitely necessary for the two XLR inputs and stereo mic and everything. So don't throw this away. Don't pick this one. But this one is great for the backup or just running gun style. One thing I'm kind of wishing that this one had was the screw mount, where I think H1n has that, and H4n of course has the screw here, so you can put them on the articulator arm and attach it. But that's something it's missing from this one. I kind of understand from the thickness you might not have it, but what I found people doing is one of the shotgun mic mount, you can just stick them in there and use it with the boom pole or something like that. But this one is my new addition, DR08, and the sound quality has been pretty good, as long as the record level is the low, not high, because you'll pick up a lot of ambient noise. So I always put them the low. Let's see. And you can compare which one is better, the DR08 or those two, the video microphone. So, and we'll move on to lenses. So main lens that I used to use was the Canon 24-70L glass, and I moved to Zeiss Prime as a main camera lenses. So these are the two main lenses that I picked up last 6 months. It's the Zeiss 35mm 2.0 and the also Zeiss 50mm 1.4. They're both great lenses. One of the biggest advantage that you get over Canon, Sigma, and Tamron is probably the focus ring. Focus ring is so smooth, and you know it goes around quite a lot, so you'll get very accurate focus with these. The images are superb with these. I'm absolutely falling in love with these lenses, and if I make more money, you know, maybe, who knows, I'll change entire my lineup with these glasses. But their sizes are awesome, image quality is awesome, price is very reasonable as well. A lot of them are cheaper than Canon L glass, some of them, but I don't think the image quality degrades at all. So these are a great lens to add. That's something definitely different from my last video, because I've been using Canon 24-70 for a while, until I changed to these the L glass, the Zeiss glasses, and thanks to John Moon from Northern Light, when he came up for the Camp Chicago, that's when I first touched the Zeiss, and I absolutely fell in love with it. One of the lenses that I added is 100mm. I do have the Sigma 70-200 2.8. It's great for doing the ceremony, but this prime, the Canon 100mm, it's not macro, but this one is a 2.0, so it's a little faster than the zoom lenses or the macro lens. I actually picked up the macro lens but ended up returning it because I figured that I wouldn't shoot that many macro shots for myself during the weddings. I mean, it would be cool to have, but I like this one for the price. This will give you a really great image for the fast lens with a great focal length. The reason that I picked up the 35, because when you put on the crop sensor, is great focal length for the storytelling, for the documentaries or the even filmmaking. It's great for the groom prep. Or somewhat wider lens than a 50mm. 50mm gives me just about right amount of focal lengths for the brides most of the time, and the detail shots, that I don't have to get too close to get the beautiful close-up shots. I can be somewhat distant and yet still, because I think with the crop sensor it gives about between 85 and 100mm with the full sensor, which is perfect for the doing the preps and the detail shot. So that's our new lineup, and I might have a new edition in a couple weeks or month or so, but I'll reveal that when the time comes. Until then, I have the Facebook Q&A page, so any comments and questions are welcome to post it here. There's discussion board, there's lots of good discussion going on there, the gear and equipment wise and the business wise as well. So feel free to visit here to watch more of the videos that I made for the DSLR related. Check it out here. Alright, thank you so much.